Like I said in my live reaction, I will say it again. Honestly, props as hell for Viola and the entire situation and the way it was presented as well. It wasn't just a simple like, well, we need to stall time, let's throw a character. While that was part of the aspect of it, I think another big thing as well is how she described it as, I was at one point one of the Don Quixote family. Right now, everyone bit the big one, and my curse is still lingering, and an honorable thing is like, alright, fuck it, you know what, if I can do nothing else, at least let me stall some time, and one of us is gonna die right here. Like, that was my favorite line, probably, of the entire chapter when Viola stood up to him, but at the same time, the thing that I gotta say is, and I said it in my live reaction as well, Rebecca. Every time, and like, this isn't even a time of her being a scaredy cat. I will actually give Rebecca credit, and it's just more so the situation in and of itself. Is like, Rebecca was actually about to say, fuck it. If I go out, at least I'm gonna try. And when she's about to approach, then she gets saved again. So it's not necessarily this time that the character Rebecca is more so the writing, like, was just very convenient. So once again, Rebecca never had to do anything, and the whole thing of like, you know, family protecting the little girl, you know, in that aspect. But it's just like, this could have been a good opportunity yet again, at least to give Rebecca one shot, one chance to say, you know what, I did something, I tried. But like, with Viola jumping in, while it's like, oh shit, Viola's right now props as hell, it goes perfect with the situation, Rebecca could have did something. So that was kind of my little gripe as far as that aspect goes. But at the same time, again, it's for an awesome little showdown, even though Doflamingo's gonna absolutely annihilate Viola, because let's be real here, the difference is outrageous. But just mad props to Viola. It just really made me like the character that much more, and it just felt like, it kind of reminded me of, and I know this is random as fuck, but Dragon Ball GT. Everybody was out, and I'm talking about, like, I think it was against Omega Shenron. Goku was thought to have been dead. Everybody's just completely gone. And Vegeta, even though he knew he had no way of defeating this motherfucker, this guy was, like, as strong or stronger than a Super Saiyan 4. Vegeta went with just Super Saiyan powers and tried to fight him. And that's kind of how I felt about the situation. It's like, Luffy versus the Admirals. You have no motherfucking way, but you're going anyway. And I guess another thing is as well, Law, determination as hell. He's bloody, beaten to death almost, and he's still sitting there like, give him to me. I'm gonna try this time, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna protect Luffy for this one remaining minute or so. So it was kind of like the two characters that stood out for me in this chapter definitely were Viola and Law, the ass whip. I mean, how many ass whippings, how many scrapes, how much has happened to this man during this arc? He's just taking beatings left and right, and he's still going. So props to that character as well. But then again, it didn't make me like him anymore because he's fucking Law. Like, how can you not like Law to the max? Another problematic aspect that's been happening with One Piece lately, and I hope that Oda isn't taking cues, or the editors aren't telling him to take cues from the anime, is a lot of the panels with the fodder, you know, regular crowd people from the town. It's like, we don't constantly need to see the crowd running in fear and saying, oh my gosh, Doflamingo. I think that's one of the things that it just feels like fluff. Like, it just feels like we don't really need to see their reactions all the time. We get it. Birdcage is closing. It's dire, but we could use that panel time for some other things. We could use more. Hell, give more to the Coliseum people, even though, like, at the end of the day, they're just mainly pushing the cage back or whatever. But I would prefer more seeing, like, Bartolomeo talking or whatever, saying something or a speech or something, rather than just having these crowd people. It's like, to the crowd, shut the fuck up. And then a little setup as well with the whole thing with Manchurry's tears or whatever, even though it's temporary, although I'd imagine maybe there's going to be something along the lines of, if she uses her life force, she could completely heal somebody, and maybe that's how Luffy's going to get back up. Or who knows, maybe Luffy can get absolutely annihilated to the point of death, and then Manchurry's going to heal him. But regardless of what, while definitely Manchurry feels as though she's a plot device, ultimately you can see where it's going with this. Like, her tears, it's not completely like a 100% healer, because afterwards, a few minutes afterwards, they go back to the same pain, but maybe this is what's going to help Luffy get up and be able to take Doflamingo out. Like, those extra couple minutes that Manchurry's tears can provide will help him. And then I guess the only other two things really that this chapter brought forth was Fujitora going with Zoro and them to slow down Birdcage. I think that's going to help his character and a little bit more not necessarily hate pirates or have this strong dislike towards pirates, because he sees at the end of the day they're trying to protect the town. And when he went up there, kind of made me wonder his power, because he's like these old bones, but then again, I guess he's more so like he has a crazy devil fruit ability, so that's why he's, you know, admiral and this whatever. But as far as strength goes, physical, he's an old dude or whatever. So kind of seeing him helping them or whatever, I think that's going to help him grow a little bit more and not be like, you know, a Zeto from, you know, One Piece Film Z or whatever. He'll be more so like, there are some good pirates. And them slowing down Birdcage, which will ultimately, again, give Luffy more time to fight Doflamingo and finish him off and stop it completely. But aside from that chapter, small things here or there happening, but honestly, it felt like a little bit as well. Like, kind of, we need to stall a little bit more time until the big finale, so let's throw this in there as well. So it was fine. Honestly, I felt as though the stuff with Fujitora, you know, seeing that he'll eventually have some growth, and as well as, I think the biggest thing and my favorite thing of the chapter, personally, Viola. That was awesome. That's like, if you're gonna stall for time, make it count, and I think Viola definitely brought forth, although it took away from Rebecca having a potential really awesome moment. But let me know what you guys thought of the chapter. First of all, how do you feel about Viola coming in to save the day? I thought that was fucking awesome, and it reminded me of just so many desperate situations where a weakling has to go up against the strongest of strong and is still having the balls to do it. And your overall thoughts of the chapter? You think Manchurry is going to be able to help as well with Luffy, or just people in general? How's that going to work? And yeah, are you excited to see hopefully Luffy get up and knock Doflamingo out next chapter, hopefully? But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.